Hey, what's up? Jazzy Rana Speaks here. So let's talk. Let's talk real quick. So I was thinking that a lot of times I don't get the empathy that a lot of people get or the encouragement that people get because people figure that I'm strong, that I don't need it. And it's like story of my life, you know? And even when people have done me wrong, people be like, you're strong. You should be able to handle it. And it's like, it's insane. It's like nobody gives a damn about my feelings or how I feel. It's always, you are strong so you can handle it. But they don't, it's like they bypass what other people do. And I was like, wow, but let me do the same thing. Let me do it to them. It's a problem. But I'm like, you didn't just see them slap me? Metaphorically. Ain't nobody about to put their hands on me. But metaphorically, if you, let's say, for example, if somebody slapped me, and I get mad about it, and or I retaliate, and then people get mad at me for retaliating or being mad about them slapping me, and then they'll be like, Whitney, why are you mad? Didn't you fucking just see them slap me? And then and then they'll be like, but you can handle it, so let me slap them. Let me slap them. They're like, Whitney, why would you slap them? I'm like, because they slapped me. Well, you should turn the other cheek. You should be the bigger person. I'm sick of that bullshit. I'm about sick of that bullshit. Turn the other cheek, be the other person. Be like Jesus. I'm not him. So I used to be like that. I used to try to turn the other cheek, try to be humble, try to see people's point of view. I still see people's point of view. I still have empathy towards people. But why can't they do the same thing? A lot of people are not emotionally developed enough to do that. And those are just examples. I speak a lot of times in parables because people, especially in the U.S., they have the reading comprehension. They have the reading level of about a sixth grader and the comprehension of about a fourth grader on average. So you talk too deep or talk above people's heads and they'll just ignore you or don't give a damn. Or a lot of people who do understand just don't give a damn. You know, some people are determined to misunderstand you. So I don't argue with people. I'm like, okay, you want to say the sky's purple? I don't give a fuck. You want to believe what you believe? I don't give a fuck. Okay, like the Youngbloods. If you don't give a damn, we don't give a fuck. I don't care. Like, I mean, I can't work my blood pressure up. I'm getting too old. Even though I look young, I am of age where, you know, I be rubbing my knees, you know, that age. But I'm still young. I'm still young. But I'm just saying, I don't have time to be arguing with people, and life is short. And look at that situation, what happened with Anthony Joshua and his friends. God rest their souls, you know? I mean, my birth mother, she was young when she passed, you know? You don't have to be old to leave this earth, is what I'm saying. And so the limited time that we have left, that I have left, I'm not going to spend it arguing with people. I remember I was in the office for a business meeting, and the lady was just being so combative unnecessarily. Man, you know how people go out of their way to make life difficult? And I said this in a previous video, but I was like, I did my hand like this, and I'm like, I'm not going to argue with you. And when she was like, oh, when I did that, that's when she changed her tone. Oh, I'm not arguing. And then she changed her tone and started to help me. You know, it's just like people make your life difficult because they don't have a life of their own or because they're going through their own stresses at home, so they take it out on you. Regardless. Yeah, I'm working on my patience levels because, like, I still don't like traffic. I still don't like long lines in stores. Why do you have 15 registers but one register open, and then you have self-checkout but you can't use self-checkout because it's closed? And yeah, irritations of life. But my cortisol levels, my nervous system has been in disarray most of my life, and so I am now regulated and regulating constantly because it's not just a one-time thing. I'm maintaining homeostasis, and we are going to equilibrium, happy medium. But yeah, I remember taking the pieces of my heart that were broken and shattered by other people. And this video is all over the place, but whatever. Like I said, we're just talking. Videos. Taking pieces of my heart and having to stitch it back together, piece by piece, on my own. Nobody was there. They didn't have a mother to comfort me, father, nobody to comfort me and stuff. And they say, even when I was in church, the Christian church, That song, Encourage Yourself. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Yeah, that's been my life. I always say whenever I'm sick, I have to go to the store and get my own soup or whatever, or whenever I need things done, I have to do it myself. And it's cool. It's cool. But it's like, you know how most people have at least a safety net or a support network? It would be nice to have that. I'm sure that's coming to me in the future. However, I haven't had no safety net growing up. A lot of people are like, how are you so independent? How are you so strong? How are you on top of this? I had no choice. Sink or swim, figuratively. For real, like, you know, I was thrown into the fucking lake and I didn't know how to swim. I had to survive. I had to. And it's crazy using that swim metaphor. So, a lot of times, you've seen the picture or the meme of the hand that's underwater, that's sticking up, reaching for help. And then the other hand, instead of pulling that hand out of the water, that hand gives it a high five. The motherfucker is drowning. Why would you high five a motherfucker who's drowning, who's reaching up for help? No, that's my life. I'm reaching the fuck out for help. I reach out for help. I ask for help, and people say no. Cool, you ain't got to do nothing for me, babe. But I don't like people doing stuff for me anyways, in a sense, because they try to hang it over your head, hold it over your head. I did this for you. You know, my own folks did that. My people who raised me, or because I was barely raised by folks. I mean, I would say TV raised me and life raised me and I raised me because I got to reparent my fucking self because of the bullshit I went through. Anyways, whatever, no tea, no shade. I've grown and I'm stronger because of it. But I'm saying all of this to say I had to raise myself, and so everything I've been through, it made me strong. But yeah, I'm always reaching out for help. So they always say, closed mouths don't get fed. I reach out for help and they'll clown you for it. They'll make you feel embarrassed for the basic needs. So, you know, in psychology, the Pavlov's hierarchy of needs. Pavlov's. I mean, shit. You know what? Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It's so many scientists and psychologists and sociologists out there. I get it mixed up sometimes because I be studying all of them. Anyways, in psychology, you know that pyramid, the hierarchy of needs? Shit. Boop, 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 boop. I'm still trying to find, you know, my way up that damn pyramid because sometimes, I mean, especially with nowadays with these economy, rent insecurity, food insecurity, even a job insecurity, even if you have a career, you could get laid off. Your job could close. I can't tell you how many companies I work for that have went defunct or downsized or whatever, you know, massive layoffs and stuff like that. So, you know, you're never secure. That's why I look forward to the day where I get my own business, baby. I'm manifesting that too. So anyways, and there's ways to do it. It's easier online is what they say. I just got to do a lot of research because, yeah, anyways. That's neither here nor there, but like I've always had to do things on my own by myself, and so it's made me resilient. And so super resilient. So, but even the strong ones need help. Even the strong ones need their needs met. Even the strong ones do need love and encouragement. And one time, like, I mean, I journal and I have therapeutic ways that I cope through this life because this life is hard. What did Prince say in the song Let's Go Crazy at the beginning? He said, in this world, you're on your own. You really the fuck are. And then, so like, I don't have a lot of room for people who whine and cry too much about simple shit because it's like, well, I've been there and I had to do it on my own. I had to do this like without a safety network. I had to do this fighting through the elements while having a female cycle and going through all that hormonal changes and, you know. So, it is what it is. Saying all that to say, man, time sure flies. Can't believe it's been this long ass video. I wasn't even trying to talk this long. But anyways, I'm just saying I had to stitch together the pieces of my heart, pieces of my life, and I had to do it by myself. And people a lot of times admire the strength, but they don't know what the fuck I went through to get here. A lot of people are jealous of me. I'm not even kidding. Like people who have more than me, people who have more success, more this and that, have a family unit. How the fuck are you jealous of me when you have everything? But like I always say, sometimes people will have a loaf and be jealous of your slice. One slice of bread, you know. Anyways, that's a metaphor, but we'll talk more. Y'all have a good one.